Hello, hello, I'm Yaz. Thank you so much for joining me today to play Lost Wiki Kozlovka. This game seems to be a puzzle game where you use an in-game version of Wikipedia to solve whatever mysteries the game presents to you. So I think that's really cool because I'm obsessed with going down Wikipedia rabbit holes. So anyway, let's get right into Lost Wiki Kozlovka. So it says computer and mouse is highly recommended for the intended experience. That's good, because that's what we got. Lost Wiki Kozlovka. Also, this Kozlovka appears to be the name of many possible towns in Russia, so I'll probably be mispronouncing a lot of Russian words today if there's more. So, sorry about that in advance. Lost Wiki. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I'm glad we know what our user and password are. Okay. So this is an email from Lysenko at Kozlovka Local. Potential job in Kozlovka. I've read your articles and I think you can notice what others miss. You're thorough and more importantly careful. That's what I need. I've granted you limited access to the database. It holds more than enough if you know where to look. Attachments. Database instructions.doc. Oh hey, I could click on it. Oops. Okay. Oh, and we can move stuff around. Oh. Can we resize? No? Okay. When I was doing some quick Googling about Kozlovka, the town, all of the numerous towns that are named that appear to have very small populations, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. I don't know if that's relevant, if any of this is based off of any of the real-life towns. Okay. Instructions. Use the hyperlinks to navigate around the database. Drag the right words into the report. When you are satisfied with your conclusion, submit the findings to me. I will review them. Okay. In the mail, press the attachment you would like to view. Hold and drag to move. Scroll to zoom. Okay, so we can scroll. Delightful. So let's close that. And I suppose we can close that. Mushroom. 1991 to 1995 Lost Corporation. All rights reserved. Portions of the Zarnovian Cultural Preservation Initiative. Oh, and we could save the game there. We can reload it if we goof up, I guess. Oh, red ghosting. Yeah, we'll turn the volume down slightly. Okay. And we just be clicking. So let's see what all of these, that's our email. Is this like a little redacted bypass? Enter your system code followed by the local area code. Oh, okay. We'll come back to that. Oh, this is our report that we're supposed to fill out. Blank is a quiet town in Zarnava. It is beside the blank, a vibrant woodland with a very distinct ecosystem. At the heart of the forest, a tall tree stands proud, that locals refer to as the blank. The town itself has a thriving blank business, one which boasts bountiful harvests and provides food sustainability. Okay. And redacted bypass and image viewer. What does this say back here? Zarnov? Is that what this said? Zarnovian Cultural Preservation. Okay, if I read this wrong, I'm sorry. Associatia Acacia Hurnalistov Zarnov. I'm gonna guess that's this Zarnovian Cultural Preservation Initiative. Editing Yaz here to say this means Zarnava Journalists Association. Okay, so we've got our report, and what is this? Oh, that's just our attachments. And we've got our database. Kozlovka. Kozlovka is a small town located in the eastern region of Zarnava, nestled at the edge of the Bialovieza forest. Can I drag Kozlovka? Oh, yes, I can drag Kozlovka. Okay, it is beside the Bialovieza forest. Sorry. Words are gonna be hard today, I suppose. Can we click on this? Oh yeah, it's a hyperlink. Okay. Bialovieza forest is located next to the town of Kozlovka. Known for its distinctive natural features, it is home to the ancient tree, the Draken Oak. The Draken Oak. Which is believed to be over 1,000 years old. It is also home to a unique and rare fungus, Symbiotic Ergot. Whoa, I love ergot. That is... Well, I'm about to say some stuff that's probably not true. I think there was a suggestion or a theory maybe that ergot, which can cause people to have hallucinations and stuff like that, and it grows on bread, could have been in part responsible for the Salem witch trials. I don't know if that's a meme or if that's real, but I read that somewhere and it's stuck in my brain forever, because I could imagine just people going absolute nuts on ergot. Kozlovka was founded in 1887 and survived significant challenges, including German occupation during World War II and later Soviet influence. Agricultural achievements. I want to know about this tree, though. Quercus drakensis, Draken Oak, is a rare and ancient tree in the Bialovieza forest. I feel like I'm saying this wrong every time. I'm sorry. The carving on the trunk was said to be a pagan tradition to honor the agricultural season. Okay, that's not the same symbol back there. It is protected by the Zarnovian government in 1991 after establishing their independence. The tree is the primary host for the fungus Symbiotic Ergot. Beautiful. I like how it looks like there's little cross-outs here. What's that about? It's a nice tree. The Zarnovian government. I can't know about that. The year of Zarnava independence. I just saw that. What was it? Oh, I can't remember. 1991. Zarnovian Cultural Preservation Initiative. This initiative started in 1991 when Zarnava gained its independence. Its purpose was to preserve sites and documents of cultural significance. See below lists of topics related to the ZCPI. Draken Oak Modern Farming Initiative, Slavic rune symbols, and Kozlovka Town Ledger. Modern Farming Initiative. The Modern Farming Initiative was proposed by Mayor Yan Dragunov in 1991 to revise Kozlovka's agricultural practices. It was approved by the Zarnavian government after achieving independence in the same year. The proposal involved Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky, who was invited to the town to undergo research. The proposal was ultimately scrapped in 1992. Are we gonna have me keep trying to read the Cyrillic? I don't know. Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky is a Russian mycologist who specialized in the study of rare fungi. He moved to Zarnava and dedicated most of his 30-year career to studying the Symbiotic Ergot. He was invited to Kozlovka, as part of the Modern Farming Initiative, primarily in researching the ecosystem in the Bielowieza forest. Hello, Doctor. Okay. I wonder if this symbol back here is one of the runes. Zarnavians have an Eastern Slavic ancestry and form pagan beliefs, some of which come in the form of runes. Few locals, like the Witch, still believe they hold power. The Witch. Oh. Very cool. The Witch is a local shaman who owns a small shop on Kozlovka's High Street. She is most known for her appearance with her iconic one bloodshot eye. Even as a pillar of Kozlovka's culture, there is a decline in interest for ancient pagan rituals. As a tourist, you can get her signature spiritual chalk. Maybe I should submit this one report before I keep going down the rabbit hole. Though I really gotta know about this ergot. Claviceps symbiotic ergot, is a unique fungus in the Bielowieza forest that relies on a symbiotic relationship with their plant host, the draken oak. The fungus known to cause extraordinary fertility of the surrounding land. Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky was the leading expert in the symbiotic ergot. Though uncommon, it can also be used as a medicinal herb. Ironically, due to Kozlovska's incredibly fertile soil, the medicinal herbs grown in the area are too potent for use, and are not approved by the government. However, some locals vouch for their effectiveness, such as the local pharmacist Dr. Mstislav Dragunov and the Witch, although she advocates for more for its use in ancient pagan rituals. Oh, I can bookmark stuff too. Heck yeah. Okay. Agricultural achievements. That's what we were looking for. Oh, maybe agriculture is just the word. Kozlovka is most known for its agricultural achievements. Their yearly yield supplies around 10% of the food in Zarnava. Their medicinal herbs are also known to be overtly potent. Even with their success, there have been pushes to industrialize their practices, most notably the Modern Farming Initiative proposed in the 90s. Interesting. Okay, let's submit this one. Kozlovka is a quiet town in Zarnava. It is beside the Bielowieza forest, a vibrant woodland. Okay. Yes. Am I winning? I need more than this. You found something, but not enough. If you want to keep going, you'll need to understand where this place began. Look for patterns and connections. The flowchart is a tool, not a solution. Follow the threads, not the labels. Okay. We have a flowchart now? I forgot what my system code was, so is that my, like, username? Oh, 342. Followed by the local area code. I just keep saving. I'm scared. Okay. Engraved on the tree, there are 2 runes, the top being blank and the bottom being blank. The locals clearly hold spiritual beliefs tied to the forest. These beliefs are not unfounded, for there are colonies of blank around the tree. The fungus is likely the cause of the town's agricultural success. Medicinal herbs. Incredibly fertile soil. We just went straight back to agriculture. Spiritual chalk is the flagship product of the witch, a local shaman on Kozlovka's high street. It is advertised to be able to commune with the surrounding nature and the souls of those who perished with rune symbols. Traditionally, it is a woman's job to mark sites with rune symbols, as many did in the past. What does this button do? Oh. Oh, okay. This is the flowchart, I suppose. I absolutely love mushrooms and fungi and mold and slime molds and stuff like that, so I don't know. I feel like this game really is just right up my alley. Give me puzzles, give me impossible to pronounce Slavic words, give me shamanism and paganism and polytheism, and give me mushrooms, and I'm happy. Symbiotic Ergot. Engraved on the tree, there are 2 runes. I need to go back to the chart. We need Slavic rune symbols. Heron's mark. Associated with the god of thunder, the Slavic rune was believed to offer protection against misfortune and ill omens. Rodovik. This is a Slavic rune linked to family lineage and ancestral blessings, frequently found on household objects. Izvini. This Slavic rune is a symbol of forgiveness and peace. It is often used in pagan rituals associated with restless spirits. So this was on the bottom of the tree, I remember. This Slavic rune is a symbol of fertility tied to bountiful harvests. It is often carved onto tools or boundary stones. I think this is the one that was at the top. No, it was this one, wasn't it? The twin glyph. The 2 interwoven lines represent duality, growth and decay, renewal and remembrance. Some rural communities believed that this Slavic rune was a symbol of transition rather than an end. That is a very fungal kind of concept, isn't it? Life from death. I guess let's look at the tree again, because Oh! No, there are definitely 3 symbols on here. The top... The top was the other one, and the bottom was the twin glyph. Zeminas Cross. I don't know how to say that. I'm so sorry. Pronouncing words is impossible today. And then the twin glyph is the bottom one. Okay. Medicinal herbs. Dr. Mstislav Dragunov. This article has been modified from an earlier entry. Interesting, I wonder why. Dr. Mstislav Dragunov is an accomplished medical doctor and the local pharmacist of Kozlovka. He was the first to formulate a medicine using the local colony of Symbiotic Ergot. No one has been able to replicate his success. He is a vocal advocate of using Kozlovka's medicinal herbs for nationwide medical use. Brain go burr. This is a really loose association, but I don't know if anybody has noticed the abundance of fungus related to mysticism themes in Russian games. Like, for example, in No, I'm Not a Human, there's like the theory that the fungi in the kombucha can like control your body and stuff, which is kind of funny because it's like that's how you save, so it's like you kind of are being controlled by player as character. But there's also that other game, the one that's related to Who's Lila. It means like happiness in Russian or something. I can't remember the name of it. The game I was trying to think of was Shastye by Garage Heathen. But that one also has to do with, well, and Who's Lila has to do with like the taking of hallucinogenic mushrooms to like commune with a spiritual kind of realm, I guess. So, I don't know. Interesting. There's some sort of something in the zeitgeist there, I guess. That's just a theory. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I really like it. It's very interesting to me. Oh, Jan Dragunov, and the doctor's last name was also Dragunov, and this has been modified. And other guys has also been modified. Jan Dragunov is the current mayor of Kozlovka. He came into mayorship after he superseded his father. I don't know if these are supposed to be, like... I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce this Y, if I'm supposed to pronounce it like a U or like a Y. Attila Dragunov in 1992. He was best known for proposing the modern farming initiative, in which he invited Dr. Kasimir Ostrovsky to Kozlovka to undergo research. Okay. How is the mayor related to the other doctor, then? Because there's another doctor. This article has been modified. Interesting. Attila Dragunov was the mayor of Kozlovka from 1945 to 1992. He was best known for establishing the Kozlovka police force and his affection for bisons. Heck yeah. I love me some bisons too, sir. He was superseded by his son, Jan Dragunov, when he mysteriously vanished as part of the tragedy commonly known as the 90s disappearance? Bookmark. 15 people vanished from Kozlovka over the course of 2 months. In the summer of 1992, most notably Attila Dragunov was among the missing, as well as one non-local. The investigation led by Jan Dragunov ran cold after a year, having only found a few items from several victims. This was the most recent tragedy that the town had to endure. Kozlovka tragedies. We have 4 numbers. 1992. Yeah? No. Summer of 1992. We'll come back to that. Oh hey! There's the rune. I want to bookmark the runes pages. The runes page. I wonder if these are real Slavic runes as well, you know? Protection against misfortune. Okay. Kozlovka. We also need to click in German occupation. Have all of these said that they've been modified, or is that just... No, okay, some of them don't say that. So I wonder... Are we gonna have like a, what's it called, the website? Wayback Machine? Are we gonna have a Wayback Machine for this game? Are we gonna have to change our time and date in the game? I keep playing games where I have to like read and yap a lot. I feel like I just need some tea or something, you know? For all the reading and the yapping I'm doing. From 1941 to 1944, Kozlovka was occupied by the Germans and was a main source of food supply for the battalions occupying the region. In June 1944, a huge offensive was launched, cornering the Nazis in the Bielowieza forest. Dozens of lives were lost in the forest, which ended in a Soviet victory. Afterwards, Zarnava declared independence in 1991. I feel like by the end of this game, I'm gonna be really very, very patriotic toward Zarnava. Dragunov family. Date of Winter Festival. The Winter Festival. I don't think I've seen those words mentioned whatsoever thus far. But it has to do with the family, right? So... Or maybe the government. No. The ledger. Okay. So, ledger, Winter Festival, tragedies, just writing random words down. Date of Winter Festival. Why don't we submit these ones and we'll come back to it. Got a message. Real brief, thank you. Apologies for being cautious. I needed to know you were the right person for the job. I haven't been fully honest with you. This isn't just research. Someone I cared about disappeared in the early 90s. Official records are incomplete and inconsistent. Most people stopped asking. I didn't. Lysenko V. Someone they cared about disappeared in the 90s as part of the Great Disappearance or whatever. The 90s disappearance. 15 people disappeared. Wait, what was her name? I'm gonna write down this name. Lysenko.v. Okay. "15 people vanished. Oops. I didn't mean to close that in its entirety. 2 months. Do you think it's like 15, 14? Perhaps because of that? I don't know, it doesn't give us a hint on this one. No, okay. And it wasn't 1992. In 1990, there were a string of disappearances, most notably Attila Dragunov. Blank was also a victim of the disappearance. It was because of this that the blank was scrapped. Okay, so I need to get here. The victim's belongings were found in the blank, which is where they were presumed to have met their ends. Kozlovka tragedies. Battle of the Forest. 1941 to 1944. Maybe 1944. Wait. Maybe? Or 1941, perhaps. No. Okay. I might be having no brain cells right now. Symbiotic Ergot. Dr. Casimir. Farming Initiative. Scrapped in 1992. This was totally scrapped in 1992. So, did somebody else who was working on this project also go missing? '92. Was 1992 not the answer to this tragedy? I think I already tried that, right? I definitely did. Over the course of 2 months in the summer of 1992. Blank was also a victim of the disappearance. Who's got glasses like that? You. What about that other doctor? Dr. Dragunov. Something else Dragunov. What the heck was his name? Dragunov family. Jan. Attila. There was like Mystic or something. Dragunov. Where is he? He was here. I promise you I saw his name. It was like in the medicine herb. Yeah, Mstislav Dragunov. He is an accomplished medical doctor. Why is he not listed as... Is he listed as part of the Dragunov family? No, he's not connected to that. What the heck? Okay. Victims' belongings were found in the blank. I'm gonna assume it's that forest. What do we need for the ledger? There's no hint for the ledger. Do we need the population, maybe, of the town? Is that something we have? Well, what leads us here? $18.91. Broken Oak. Farming Initiative. Slavic rune symbols. Town ledger. Is there anywhere that says what the population is like here? 1887, when it was founded. When is the winter festival? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that phrase at all. I feel like winter festival would be related to agriculture. But it's not really coming up, and maybe if it's not related to agriculture, maybe it's related to paganism, like Yule or something similar. Slavic rune symbols. Is there anything from here? The witch. Spiritual chalk. I love this dithered art style. Okay. We'll put the forest here. And we'll submit that, and then we'll see. Is that right? The world may never know. Dig deeper. I can't believe they were so close to the town. This changes a lot of things. I need you to investigate further. By now, you must have tried to access our tragedy page. We normally don't show this to the public, but I'll make an exception. Oh. Okay. Okay, so there was, like, you had to do some kind of guessing there before you could get the password. That makes sense. Volha Lysenko. That's your name. I got your name. Dear Volha, thank you for contacting the town hall. After considering your close relationship with the governing bodies, your request to access the article Kozlovka Tragedies has been approved. Below is a one-time code to access the page, 7328. Okay. Regards, Kozlovka Town Hall Management. And then up here, this like 451, is this the area code? Because there was something that asked for area code. 7328. Tragedies. Hey, let's go. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let's read the prompt, sorry. Got all excited. For a small town, Kozlovka had its fair share of tragedies. Among them, these are the tragedies that coincide with sudden spikes in Kozlovka's agricultural yield, from earliest to latest. Coincidentally, these tragedies were all committed in the blank. So there was a chart of where agriculture spiked. We can probably line these up, right? I'm gonna guess this is the earliest one. Oh yeah, the Winter Festival! In 1892, dozens of locals were killed during the Winter Festival. The culprit was caught murdering festival attendees in front of the Draken Oak. When cornered, the culprit slit their own throat and joined the victims at the foot of the tree. This is the earliest tragedy recorded in Kozlovka. So, are we getting the feeling that the ergot requires, or maybe the land itself requires, sacrifices for the fertile soils? The Winter Festival occurs every year on the 15th of December. The festival celebrated the hardship between people endured through the year. Wives would take up their husbands' tools as a sign of kinship and equal footing. The holiday is no longer celebrated since the massacre in 1892. Okay. So. Nope. So. Can we save pictures? Is that a thing we can do? No. Okay. It was here. So... 1892. Another spike around like 1945-ish. And another spike around 90, 91, 92. So the 92 disappearances, I suppose. Okay, and then I think we got this, right? The area code for... Oops. And then this number, 342. Welcome to the Redacted Bypass. With this program, you can access data from articles that have been previously modified by local authorities. Insert article name to continue. Hell yeah, I was right. We got our Wayback Machine. That's great. Okay. The Winter Massacre occurred, and this is a European game. A Russian game, so the date would be day and then month. Dragunov family. Kozlovka was founded by Bohdan Dragunov and Alina Dragunova, patronymic naming. The story goes that their love guided them to this plot of land in hopes of starting anew as a family. A memorial was erected to honor the family, which included a quote that reads, "For the loss of a few, there is still many." That seems ominous considering the themes that we're getting of sacrifice for the sake of agricultural yield. I still find it very interesting that that one Dragunov doctor is not, like, linked to the family. So I'm interested to see, like, what his page said pre-redaction. Bohdan Dragunov was a founding member of Kozlovka. Originally a carpenter, his career shifted to farming after having their first child, who was born sickly. He was famous for being a terrible farmer, but nevertheless persevered. Hell yeah. He just like me, for real, for real. He was always devout to his wife, and is famously said to have borrowed her strength in times of need. He was famous for being a terrible farmer. In a place with notoriously fertile soils. Alina Dragunova was a founding member of Kozlovka. She was incredibly spiritual and set up the winter festival as her way of celebrating her husband's crops. The festival attracted dozens of people whose families make up Kozlovka today. She was always devout to her husband and was known in the community to set everything aside for the sake of her family. So she set up the winter festival, which at some point goes awry to the point of slaughter. Do you look like the doctor? Perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Tragedies. We were looking at tragedies. So, Festival Massacre is the first one that spiked agricultural yield. Dozens of locals were killed during the winter festival. I'm gonna bookmark the tragedies page. Battle of the Forest in 1944. Okay, yeah, 1945 was the approximate date I wrote down for the next one. We already read this page, but yeah, there was the front in the forest. So this massacre occurred in front of a tree. This massacre occurred in the forest. All these tragedies were committed in the forest. Wow, isn't that weird? I wonder what that's about. It's almost like the forest demands sacrifices. Animal killings. In 1965, this article is modified, a tragedy occurred when locals were reporting their pets missing to the authorities. It was revealed that dozens of animals were found mutilated at the foot of the Draken Oak. Although the investigation was quickly resolved, the bodies were proven difficult to retrieve due to them decaying at a faster rate in the soil. The tree requires sacrifices. No crossing. Do we see any symbols here? No symbols. That is not one of the tragedies that coincides with a spike. Summer plague. In August 1990, an unusual wave of deaths spread across the town. Most victims had pre-existing medical conditions and were found deceased in their homes. Postmortems revealed unidentified fungal matter within the bloodstream. Suspected at first to be a fast-moving contagion, the tragedy ended as suddenly as it began. There was not a spike then, but there was a spike here. So, 92. Had a spike. I'm really curious to use this. I want to try this very badly, so let's try this. Let's try this on this one. Witnesses mentioned that they saw a red glowing dot darting around the area when the mutilation supposedly took place. This sparked a short-lived legend of an angry spirit in the forest. The police stated that this was a baseless rumor. A red dot, like the witch's red eye. Very interesting. Though I don't want to say that she might be doing anything wrong, because I love her, you know? She can't do any wrong. The ledger. Okay, also want to know about you. He announced a more potent version of his medicine in 1989, but failed safety tests in the subsequent year and was not approved by the government. Oh. That was very nothing, I suppose. What about you? You're sus. I feel like you were responsible for something bad happening to your dad. Jan was infamous for being vocal about his disapproval of the use of the Symbiotic Ergot. After the plague, he launched the Modern Farming Initiative with the primary goal of phasing out the fungi from use. You stinker. The mushrooms are gonna be mad about that. As the town was relatively small, there was no sheriff, and so the mayor was responsible for leading investigations. Upon appointing himself sheriff, he stated, "As long as I draw breath, I shall keep this town thriving. Know that I will do what's best for Kozlovka." Ah, interesting. Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky. The talented mycologist went missing during his time in Kozlovka. When the mycology community asked for his research in the forest, the local government refused to release it due to sensitive information. Fascinating. So, I don't know. What are we thinking? The Battle of the Forest was modified. German documents showed that the occupation was not a simple invasion, but to also investigate an event that happened in the late 1800s. These documents were given to the local police force. The late 1800s, so like the tragedy in 1892. The winter tragedy, the festival massacre. Wait, was there any? Yeah, let's go. Also, I don't know if y'all know this, but if you read Wikipedia from other countries and you translate it, the information is different. I found this out like semi-recently. It might seem obvious when you think about it in retrospect, but I guess I hadn't considered it until I went on Estonian Wikipedia for reasons and noticed that the information was entirely different on one page from the English Wikipedia versus the Estonian Wikipedia. That's not really relevant a ton, but kind of feels relevant in knowing that the German version of this history possibly looks different from the one that we're seeing here, based upon what they were looking for. There was a disturbing rumor that the killer carved the runes into the Draken Oak as part of festival traditions. Although not much evidence suggests this, it was speculated to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. So the runes that were in the tree, this one, and this one, but this one's at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna draw a little picture of a tree with the runes. Uh-oh, I'm drawing runes. IRL. What am I summoning? We'll find out. Okay. So there are the 3 runes on the tree. Not that one. It was the Xemna's Cross. Fertility. Tied to bountiful harvest. Carved onto tools or boundary stones. So this one was at the top of the tree. Followed by the twin glyph. 2 interwoven lines representing duality, growth, and decay, renewal, and remembrance. Some rural communities believed that this Slavic rune was a symbol of transition rather than an end. Fertility via life and death. With this one at the bottom. Forgiveness and peace. Used in pagan rituals associated with restless spirits. So a sacrifice for fertility based on death. For a restless spirit, perhaps. Interesting. We'll submit this one. And also, when animals were killed in the forest, it did not spike the agricultural yield. So it seems like it needs to be humans that are sacrificed to the trees. Your findings have been more than helpful. They're disturbing. This pattern we're uncovering, it's not random. Someone knew, someone let it happen. You must have redacted bypass installed on your system. Like any good journalist, it's been a while since it's been prohibited by the government. So here is a refresher on how to access it. I already figured it out, bro. I'm 2 steps ahead of you. I am 2 steps ahead. Okay. After the government's disapproval of their product, blank caused the tragedy blank. Because of this, blank proposed the blank to abandon any uses of the blank. Disapproval of their product. Get me back to the tragedies page. Let's learn a bit more about the summer plague. The victims were frequent patrons of Dr. Mstislav Dragunov, who regularly complained that standard medicine would not help with such long-standing medical conditions. After a swift investigation, the police said there was no correlation. That seems pretty cut and dried. After the government's disapproval of their product, blank caused the tragedy. Summer plague. So this tragedy has to do with Dr. Mstislav's medicine. Dr. Mstislav Dragunov. Did he cause it, though? Did we already read his document? I think we did. I can't remember, though, so I'm gonna do it again to refresh my memory. Ah, yeah, okay. His medicine in 1989, but failed safety tests and was not approved by the government. Yeah, okay. Because the government disapproved of his new medicine. Because of this, blank proposed the blank. This is the, whatchamacallit, the agricultural farming, modern farming initiative. To abandon any uses of the mushroom medicine. Mushroom medicine. Did it say medicinal herbs or did it say ergot? Modern farming initiative. Proposed by Jan Dragunov. I feel like there was a point that I knew which exact term we needed to use here. Whether it be plant medicine or... Jan was infamous of the use of symbiotic ergot. Symbiotic ergot. Symbiotic ergot. That's so fun to say. You should definitely just say it out loud right now, I think, in my expert opinion. Symbiotic ergot. Heck yeah. Family ties. Mstislav is a good man, but I knew his ambition would get to him. To think he risked innocent lives. I may have found something that is of use. What's inside is sensitive. Handle it accordingly. I'll continue digging around for more material. Okay. The image... Oh, hey! The symbol on the thing is a bison. On the seal. Whatever this is called. To whom it may concern, as you may know, it has been 3 months since our mayor went missing. He was dear to our hearts, but alas, we must come together and continue running the town. To control the Kozlovka police force and its public database, The control of the Kozlovka police force and its public database will be transferred to his son, Jan Dragunov, as he will be taking the reins as mayor of the town. With that, the passcode to the town ledger has been changed. It is now the heading code of the town hall. The heading code? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. The heading code? No, not that. Oh, wait, did this tell me what the heading code was? Heading code. I understand nothing. Okay. Hang on. Heading code of the town hall. The town hall was... NW6. And then that just told me how to N... What? Uh, 0006? There's no NW. There's just NNEE Southeast. SE, sorry. So I guess 0006, perhaps. Where am I going? Oh, the town ledger, that's right. Let's hope. Nope, okay. It said NW6. Yeah? Town hall? (451) NW6. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So north, south down here, west over here, east over here. North is 0. 0, 0. Southeast is 1... Wait, okay. 135. Northeast is 45. East is 90. So 45 between 45 and 90. 45 between 135 and 90. So like west is 180, right? Degrees. No, wait, south is 180. And then we'd have 270 plus 45 to get us the rest of the way here. So 315, is that right? 3157? If I just did math wrong, I'm not gonna be surprised, and you shouldn't either. So, nope. Yeah, let's go! Kozlovka Town Ledger. The ledger details the family that governs the town of Kozlovka. See below the list of family members. Volha! There you are. But, you went by Lysenk Volha. So, did you get married, perhaps? And take somebody else's name? Volha Dragonova is the mother of Jan. Oh. How are you emailing me? She no longer uses their last name. She was a proud mother and adamantly supported Jan's mayorship after her husband's disappearance. Girl, how are you emailing me? What year are we in? Like 91 to 95, perhaps? Did it say what year we're in? Did it say how old she would be? He was the mayor from 45 to... Oh, okay. So yeah, she could still be alive. This was relatively not that long ago, right? Okay, let's read about Attila Dragunov. Attila Dragunov was the mayor of wait, this is just his regular page that we've already read. Okay. And this is his regular page. Lilia! Oh! She's got the red eye. In 1963, she's the witch. Lilia Dragunova is the adoptive elder sister of Attila and Mstislav Dragunov. Oh, Attila and Mstislav are brothers? Although she acted more as a caregiver to the two boys rather than a sibling, not much is known about her besides reports of her eccentric personality. In 1965, the Dragunov family announced that she had run away, though no investigation was held. Are you the witch? You must be the witch. That is a very distinctive eyeball you have there, Lilia. Her brother Mstislav pursued medicine after being inspired by her childhood stories of being sickly, one which damaged her eye, although it was more of a morbid fascination of her condition than a drive to help her. Very interesting. Right, okay. Blank's true name is Blank. They were responsible for the tragedy Blank. They frequently returned to the site of the Blank tragedy to carve the rune Blank onto the Blank. The witch's true name is Lilia? She disappeared in 1965. Was there a tragedy that occurred around that time? Let's go to the tragedies page. Does Wikipedia have a flowchart like that? That would be kind of... you'll never see me again. I'll be in Wikipedia rabbit hole heaven. Sorry, did I say 1965 or 1865? 1965. Wait, they were responsible for the tragedy. Lilia Dragunova. That's funny. That's not really, but okay. Onto the Dragon Oak. A tragedy occurred when locals reporting their pets missing. Was there a rune that was thought to have been here? I cannot recall. I feel like this just said, oh, they saw the red dot. Ooh, so spooky. I don't think there was a mention of a rune. Yeah, the red glowing dot. Oh, it just kept going. No, okay, no mention of the rune, and I looked at this image and did not see a rune. There's no rune. Okay, we gotta put Lilia in the right spot now because that was really goofy. Lilia. Let's look at the witches page. Are there any other pages that we needed passwords for? No, not so far, right? Okay. Witch. The witch's true name is Lilia Dragunova. They were responsible for the tragedy animal killings. They frequently return to the site of the tragedy to carve a rune blank onto the track and oak. So there could be... not this rune. I mean, maybe this one because it showed this one drawn by her, but... which rune would she be drawing? What is the witch trying to do? She owns a small shop. Spiritual chalk. Women mark sites with runes. Right. I might be going puny brain mode all of a sudden. Let's think about this. So Lilia is the elder sister of Attila and Mstislav. She cared for them. She's eccentric. She ran away in 1965. Did it say which rune was on the tree in the 1960s? I feel like it did not, and I already checked, and I know I already checked. Dozens of animals. Although the investigation was quickly resolved, the bodies were proven difficult to retrieve due to them decaying at a faster rate. So maybe it is the twin whatever it was called. What was that called? Twin glyph, because that is the growth, decay, life and death rune. Since the bodies were decaying faster than they theoretically should have been. Oh, no, okay. Well, that means we've been right about everything up to this point, which is good. I mean, maybe it's that symbol because it shows that that is the one that she drew. This one, the Radovic. No. Okay. We're bound to get this right at some point. It's probably the Izvini, because that's the one that's drawn at the bottom. And maybe she is trying to commune with the spirits. There we go. So she is carving this rune. Why is she carving this rune? Hang on, I'm gonna read this in it. Okay, never mind, I have to read this now. I'm gonna write the name of that rune so I can look at it again. Okay. This is Hidden Sister. To think that the witch was their sister all along, and to think they had a sister to begin with. It's almost unbelievable. I found this document hidden in the archives. It felt like it was meant to be buried, like it wasn't meant to be found. I hope it helps your investigation. Year 1943, research notes, 144. Oh, this is the, German research? Notes that were seized? Transcription. Tree looks to be centuries old. It can be confirmed. There are runes on the tree. However, it isn't in chalk like the pictogram suggests. It seems to be carved with some carpenter tool. Remind soldiers not to trample over the area, and be careful of the delicate fungi. They are hard to spot, but they are there. Update. Found a letter written a few days after the incident. We'll attach it along with these notes. Okay, 1943. Research ago. Found a letter. I wonder what that is. Blank is responsible for the tragedy blank. They are also responsible for the 2 blank on the blank. The rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy blank. Okay, this rune is a symbol of forgiveness and peace. It is used in pagan rituals associated with restless spirits. Huh. For the 2, wood symbols. The tree. The tree, give me the tree. Tree. Of tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Well, let's look at these tragedies again. Also responsible. Okay, so who? This seems like this is the massacre, right? 1892. The culprit was caught. And they were the one who initially drew the symbols, right? I know we already looked at this too, but I need to refresh my memory. There was a disturbing rumor that the killer carved the runes into the dragon oak as part of festival traditions. Although not much evidence suggests this, it was speculated to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. Okay, so this person died in 1892 after doing the massacre. And then the witch added the ones at the bottom. I see, okay. So who could have been responsible for this? Did anybody? Well, he was alive after the 1800s. And he's his brother. And she's alive. And wait, okay, so the people who founded the town, right? His career shifted to farming after having their first child who was born sickly. Wait a minute, is that the witch? For strength. We set up the winter festival. Kozlovka founded 1887. (1892). 20 years after the festival started, the massacre occurred. The culprit was caught. So, celebrated the hardship. Wives would take up their husbands' tools as a sign of kinship and equal footing. I think... What am I doing? Where am I clicking? I think, Alina was responsible for this. Yeah. We set up the festival in the first place. Maybe she knew what she would be doing later on. Orchestrated the whole thing. Perhaps to save their child, you know? Though it says she was an adoptive child, the witch. Adoptive elder sister. Well... we don't really know about their family tree, right? We don't know the founder's children, if any. And it doesn't say who his parents are, Mstislav, and it doesn't say who Attila's parents are, right? So we just know that his son is Jan, and that his wife was Volha. Yeah. She is the mother of Jan. So if the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. What tragedy happened via spreading this information across Europe? Oh. The Battle of the Forest? That's why the Germans were there to... Whoop. This one. To look into the tree. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. This is much easier than that game I just played. The other mystery game. The Scene Investigators. This is much easier than Scene Investigators. Though I did get Payne's Creek Killings, the other game made by the devs who made Scene Investigators, so that'll probably be next, so we can struggle again after this nice reprieve from struggle. The subject line is conspiracy. The text says, "This must have been the beginning of it all. I've heard of the legend before, but always thought it was an old wives' tale to scare me when I was a child. I think we're uncovering a much deeper conspiracy than we thought. Surely someone must have known about all this. How did these tragedies go unnoticed, unconnected?" Alright, so Volha will figure this out. Blank intentionally led investigations astray. They ousted Blank from the family after the tragedy, Blank, and covered up mistakes made by Blank after the tragedy, Blank. Oh no. Okay. So... They ousted blank from the family. Oh, that's why he's not listed in the family. Dr. Mstislav. Or, no, Lilia. Because she's not even known as Lilia anymore. They ousted her from the family because she doesn't even use that name anymore. She uses the name The Witch. So you don't even know that she is Lilia after the tragedy, the animal one. I wish I could like type in. Oh. You can just click it when you're on the page. That's nice. That's helpful. And covered up the mistakes made by him. After the tragedy, medicinal herbs. After the tragedy, the summer plague. Okay, who intentionally led investigations astray? It must be the guy who said he was the sheriff. That is, Attila. Confident about that one. Attila Dragunov intentionally led investigations astray. They ousted Lilia Dragunova from the family after the tragedy, animal killings, and covered up mistakes made by Dr. Mstislav Dragunov after the tragedy summer plague. You've done enough. I don't think this is a good direction to pursue. You've already done more than enough for the investigation, and your notes have been very helpful. But for now, I'm asking you to stop looking into this. Please leave it be. No! I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I would never. You can't tell me to stop. I never know when to stop. You must have been incredibly close to Attila Dragunova. After all, your real name is Volva Dragunova, isn't it? Yeah. We're just like, you. Wrong assumptions. Attila was my husband. He was everything to me. I loved him, and I never imagined he would be involved in whatever this is. I hired you because I wanted to know what happened to him, not to learn he might have had a part in it. I don't know everything he did, but he was always a private man. Please don't assume the worst without proof. There is more at play. There is a reason there are so many blank. Everything traces back to one place, and the roots lead back to the blank. That tree is the center of it all, and your husband is part of it. Tragedies and the tree. I need the pages, the right pages. Tragedies. And the roots lead back to the tree. The tree. Or the ergot. I mean, kind of both, honestly. The tree and the ergot. There is more at play. There is a reason why there are so many Kozlovka tragedies. Everything traces back to one place, and the roots lead back to the Draken Oak. That tree is the center of it all, and your husband is part of it. Volha says, finish what we started. We've come too far to stop now. I suppose we have to see this through. I went through his office. I hate doing it. It feels wrong. But something caught my eye. I don't know why he had this or what it means. Maybe you'll understand better than I do. Okay. Note says, I'm sorry, Jan, but it is impossible. The land is too reliant on the Symbiotic Ergot. Without it, we just can't. Maybe decades later something can change, but the damage is too dire. Your proposal will fail. And there's something else. I think I'm being watched. I might know who was behind the recent incidents, but I need to be certain before I say more. I'll explain it in person, and this was from July 21st. 21st of July, 1992. I might know who's behind the recent incidents. That is the missing persons incident, missing persons, the 90s disappearance. Okay, wait, sorry. This was a letter from someone to Jan. Jan Dragunov. Of how the modern farming initiative will fail. And this is from Ostrovsky? I think. Or from the father. Probably from the father. No, from Ostrovsky. Okay. Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky sent a letter to Jan Dragunov of how the modern farming initiative will fail. They also knew who was involved in the 90s disappearance. No subject. These are the last of what I could find. They know I've been looking into this. If something happens to me, please find... Oh. Hey, I think something happened to you, huh? Okay, so this is, a letter. My dearest daughter. Ooh, the music got all spooky. Ooh. Do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. Take the fungi, and you will not only survive, you will thrive. The land will remember your name as it remembers her. With all the love I can still give, your father. Okay, so this is a letter from Bogdan, or whatever his name was, to the witch Lilia. Dear brother, I read her father's letter. Think about it. If the land feeds on what it is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. Maybe this is how we survive. It's no wonder she never seemed to age. All this time, I need to test it. A few small trials, just to see. The thought alone has kept me awake for days. I know how it sounds, but this could change everything. Imagine what we could do for the next 50 years. This was in 1965. Okay. You know, the passage of time always messes me up, no matter where I am. Dear brother, time is running out. I think I'll have to start soon. Jan invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep. It might be the best solution to make it as painless as possible. It's the best we can do for what we're asking of them. For the loss of a few, there is still many. That's crazy. Is everything alright, Volha? What is your name, Volha? She's definitely not okay. I don't know why this is our prompt right now. So... Who is the brother of, what's his name? The doctor? Mstislav? I really like Mstislav being his name. It's like... in Turkish, you can have like a son of a shaman, you know, as your name, or like a title. Let's see. What am I doing? What am I looking for? It said something about he had a brother. Him, the doctor, and Lilia. Yeah. Related. Okay. Volha. Is everything alright, Volha? Are you there? No, she's not okay. She obviously keyboard smashed. Contract terminated. Hello. I'd like to apologize for Volha Dragunova's actions as of late. Unfortunately, we've decided to terminate your contract. Please cease all prior investigations and send your invoice to the town hall. Your services will be paid in full. Thank you for your cooperation. So, All those letters. Her hubby. Her hubby. That's not right. Okay. Wait a minute. Was it this one? No, it was, this one. Oh, no. Okay. What did this say? We've decided to terminate your contract. I mean, this is basically, well, maybe it's Jan. I don't know, it could be kind of anybody. I feel like Lilia is not really involved in the I just scratched my face, now it's super red, sorry. I feel like she's not super involved because she was ousted. So it has to be Jan. Who is this? Jan Dragunov? Is that you? Town Hall at Kozlovka Local. Jan Dragunov. That was a good guess, or perhaps you're simply more perceptive than I gave you credit for. Tell me, what's driving you now? Curiosity, guilt, or the need to be right, no matter the cost? You're probably the only one to understand. Too much blood has been spilled. In Kozlovka. Kozlovka, where the very center of it all. Blank and I didn't know what we were uncovering, but now we do. Your mom. You just killed your mom? That's, like, really rude. Can't believe it. You're probably the only one to understand. Too much blood has been spilled in Kozlovka. Volha and I didn't know what we were uncovering. But now we do, and the world deserves to know. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. It might be Volha. Stubborn as a rock. You are naive to think that simply telling everyone is going to solve anything. Truth doesn't heal, it spreads. It divides, it consumes. Is this written by AI? I feel like some of this, like, text, the way it's formatted, feels very AI. I don't know. I don't know if it is or isn't, or if I'm just paranoid because I'm a hater. Fine. I'll let you continue your investigation. You already have everything you need. Perhaps you'll understand the position I've been forced into. Start from the beginning. The letter was written by... Where's... here. The letter was written by... him. Him. Bohdan. Addressed to Lilia. I wish I could type it in there. Just going back and forth between the pages. It suggests that the tragedy... Oh, my brain is forgetting things now. The tragedy 1892. That is the animal tragedy. Or no, that's the winter massacre tragedy. Help. Help, I have too many tabs and I can't remember which one's which. This one. Was a ritual to cultivate more ergot. Can I, like, copy her? No! Copy. Okay. Because it said to my daughter, yeah, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. to heal her own injury, or illness rather. Just gonna stop opening all the wrong tabs because my brain is getting all fuzzy. No more brain fuzzy. Okay. Okay, so this is a message from dad to daughter. It suggests that the tragedy festival massacre was a ritual to cultivate more symbiotic ergot. This letter was lost to time, only to be found during the tragedy. In reference to research note 144, which was found during the forest battle. The letter was written by Botan Dragunov, addressed to Lilia Dragunov. It suggests that the Tragedy Festival massacre was a ritual to cultivate more symbiotic ergot in order to treat Lilia Dragunova's injuries. This letter was lost to time, only to be found during the tragedy battle of the forest. Continue. Continue. Attempting the ritual. Blank caused the tragedy. Blank, it failed to achieve results. Lilia. Lilia, where are you? Lilia caused the tragedy. Animal something. When they were caught, who took the litter and sent it to who? Wait. Yeah. Yeah. So Lilia tried to do the tragedy, but she was like, it just has to be a sacrifice. Here's some animals. And it was like, no. The tree was like, no, give me humans. The ergot said, give me humans. And when the something about the, because the Germans found the letter, right? Right. Is that right? I feel like I'm trying to reference something here, and I can't remember where it was. No, not that one. This one? No. It was like a letter. This one. Yeah. Research notes. It can be confirmed. There are runes on the tree. Remind soldiers not to trample over the area. This was in the 1940s. This was the Battle of the Forest. Wait, at which point in time? Modern Farming Initiative was proposed in 1991, so yeah, that timeline doesn't line up. I feel like I don't have, like, Germans as an option. Wasn't there some kind of page about German occupation. Am I goofing it up right now? Battle of the Forest. I can't like drag non-hyperlinked words. German documents showed that the occupation was not a simple invasion, but to also investigate an event. These documents were given to the local police force. When they were caught, sent it to the local police force, right? The local police force being you. Kozlovka police force. Sent it to him. When they were caught. But who was caught? Was Lily a... Oh yeah, she was caught because that's why she got, that's why she got... What's the word? I keep wanting to say extricated. That's not the right word. She was, banished, basically. Right? So her dad sent her the letter. She did this. She was caught and... No. When she was caught, who caught her? Was it him? It must have been him. Let me... Okay, wait, let me look again. Tree looks to be centuries old. So... You've done enough. Hidden sister. This is this one. Dear brother, I read father's letter. Okay, when they were caught... One brother took the letter and sent it to the other brother. The land feeds on what it is given. It's no wonder she never seemed to age. So, Attila sent the letter to Mstislav. And Mstislav caused the summer plague, yeah. Attila took the letter and sent it to Mstislav. And he caused a tragedy, the summer plague. Yeah. I don't know why that was hard for me. I think the way this is written, when they were caught, Blank took the letter and sent it to Blank. I think that just kind of fuzzied my brain a little bit. Attempting the ritual, Lilia Dragonova caused the tragedy, animal killings. It failed to achieve results. When they were caught, Attila Dragonov took the letter and sent it to Dr. Mstislav Dragonov. In their excitement, Dr. Mstislav Dragonov caused the tragedy summer plague. Keep going, you're almost there. Well, thank you for the encouragement. After the incident, so I'm talking to Jan. Just close everything, please. Okay. After the incident, you invited Dr. What's his name? Mycologist. What is his name? Ostrovsky. To research The symbiotic. This takes up so much space. Okay. Symbiotic Ergot. While research was underway, someone started the ritual again. Who started the tragedy, the 90s disappearance tragedy? 90s disappearance. Who did this? Was it Lilia? It must be Lilia, right? Blank said something was wrong and tried to warn you, but Blank intercepted the message and had them killed. Okay. Letter 3. Letter 3. Dear brother, time is running out. I think you'll have to start soon. Jan invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. So this is Attila. Sensed something was wrong and tried to warn you. Oh wait, and tried to warn you. Dear brother, time is running out. I think I'll have to start soon. What? Jan invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep. It might be the best solution to make it as painless as possible. Oh. So these two are corresponding with each other. Oh, Dr. Ostrovsky had everybody's names are just blending together now. So he wrote a message, right? Somewhere here. I wish there was like a little documents folder where we could just like save the documents all in one spot so I don't have to remember which email they come from. This is from 1943. This is not what I wanted. After the incident, you invited Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky to research the Symbiotic Ergot. While research was underway, Lilia started the ritual again, causing the tragedy 90s disappearance. Wait. I need to look at the tragedies again. I can't remember what's going on. Oh yeah, after the summer plague. So is it actually that the Dr. Mstislav started the ritual again, or Lilia? I'm not sure. Probably Lilia. Dr. Ostrovsky sensed something was wrong and tried to warn you, but Blank intercepted the message and had them killed. I feel like there was some point when we saw that, Ostrovsky had like a document that we saw, right? Did he not? Let's look at our attachments. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. This one. As you may know, it has been 3 months since our mayor went missing. He was dear to our hearts, but alas, we must come together and continue running the town. This is the really old document. Oh yeah, this one. I'm sorry, Jan, but it is impossible. The land is too reliant on the no wait, no, not this one. Might know who's behind the recent incidents, but I need to be certain before I say more. I'll explain it in person. So, I feel like this is, this doctor, Mstislav. Eh? No, okay. I mean, he kind of started the ritual in a medical, no. After the incident, you invited Dr. Kasimir Ostrovsky to research the Symbiotic Ergot. Yeah. While research was underway, this should be Lilia. Yeah. Did Lilia intercept the message too, though? Lilia. Dr. Ostrovsky said something was wrong, but Lilia. No? I mean, does it want her as the witch now? No. Okay. So we're talking to Jan. After the incident, you invited Dr. Ostrovsky to research the Symbiotic Ergot. Yeah. He was invited. Researching... Yeah. While research was underway... So research started in 1991. So yeah, this has to be the 90s disappearance. The investigation, led by Jan Dragunov, ran cold after several years, having only found a few items from several victims. While research was underway, who started the 90s disappearance ritual? It has to be Lilia, right? It would only make sense that it would be Lilia. But let's look at these ones. So, he told her to do the fungi ritual. She failed that time. I read her father's letter. Think about it. If the land feeds on what it is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. It's no wonder she never seemed to age. All this time I need to test it. A few small trials. Just to see. The thought alone has kept me awake. Imagine what we could do for the next 50 years. And then in 1992, dear brother, time is running out. I think I'll have to start soon. Jan invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep. Oh. Attila started the ritual? Is that right? Because, dear brother, I'll have to start again soon. After your clumsy mistakes. Or it's Lilia, because she's also... She's also related to the two, right? Oops. Let's try selecting him. He started the ritual? Is that possible? I read her father's letter, and then the next letter said... But why did he disappear? Said something was wrong and tried to warn you, but... Blank intercepted the message and had them killed. I am certain this is Ostrovsky. It's the best we can do for what we're asking of them. Dear brother, time is running out. Dear brother, I read her father's letter. The sister. When did you go missing? You went missing during the 90s disappearance. But so did he, so... After the incident, you invited Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky to research the Symbiotic Ergot. While research was underway, Attila Dragunov started the ritual once again, causing the tragedy 90s disappearance. Dr. Casimir Ostrovsky sensed something was wrong and tried to warn you, but Attila Dragunov intercepted the message and had them killed. This alerted you of the crime. I don't know why that one was so bamboozle for me. I'm assuming you already figured out what happened next. There isn't enough evidence, but I can make a calculated guess. You killed blank. He was the last victim of the blank. The last victim. Okay, so you killed... Oh, no. Did you kill your dad? Because he killed the doctor, you killed your dad, he was the last victim of the 90s disappearances. The 90s disappearances then stopped. Yeah. There isn't enough evidence, but I can make a calculated guess. You killed Attila Dragunov. He was the last victim of the 90s disappearances. My father. He may have been my father, but by the end, he wasn't the man I knew. When I learned what he'd done, what he intended to continue, I had to end it. It was foolish, because in the end, the burden fell onto me. The irony of it all. Some truths rot everything they touch. Do you understand why the past had to stay buried? Blank is too reliant on the blank. The town was built on death, on rituals. Kozlovka. You lost your K at some point. Symbiotic Ergot. I feel like the phrase symbiotic ergot is going to become a new vocal stim for me, and I'm not happy about it. Kozlovka is too reliant on the symbiotic ergot. The town was built on death, on rituals disguised as tragedies, and it's been feeding on that ever since. Town hall at Kozlovka local. Do what you must. Casimir only confirmed what I was too scared to admit myself. The town is built on blood, and to an extent, the country of Zarnava. If we stop the process, people will starve, but what's a measly few to sacrifice only every 50 years? It was a curse inherited by my family, but I've grown tired of the charades. I think in my heart I wanted someone to know. I won't stop you from doing what you think is right. I only wished my mother wouldn't need to know. Oh. I don't like that I have these options. Okay. Consequences. Publish the article. Delete the evidence, burn the tree. Burn the tree definitely feels like the wrong choice regardless, right? Because... Or is that just like my inner mysticky tree-hugging self speaking? Sure, the tree hungers, but it's not the tree's fault. Delete the evidence and let them keep on going. Publish the article and people starve. But people can make decisions based on the information. I wish I would have saved before this. Right, because you publish the article, people find out the truth. They put a stop to it, or do they? Though I feel like in any society, you let people know that people are being sacrificed, and that's a big deal. It's a problem. And the world goes, well, that's just superstition. You guys won't starve. You know, we can all grow food regardless. It's fine. Deleting the evidence, though. It's just... That just feels wrong. Let the masses make their own decisions based upon the information. What happens? Admin office at Zarnava.gov. Detention notice. Unauthorized disclosure. Zarnava Internal Security has flagged you for unauthorized disclosure of classified material. Your residence is under surveillance. Agents will arrive within 2 hours to take you into custody. Processing will occur at the National Center. 1 phone call will be permitted. Remain at your registered residence until an agent arrives to avoid escalation. I've been arrested. I have been arrested. I didn't save right before that. I want to see what the other endings do, so let's do that. Let's speedrun that. Oh, this was developed in Godot. Isn't that like the There's like a very particular thing I knew once about Godot and can't remember it all, so that's very helpful. It's like node-based, like blueprints, isn't it? Thank you for playing. This project was a labor of love, and we hope you enjoyed the experience as much as we enjoyed creating it. Your game is saved just before the last report. Feel free to explore other endings. Oh, thank you. I love you. I love you, Dev. You know that I want to know what happens, no matter what I do. So I'm gonna continue it. And we'll see what the other endings are. I feel like that was like the honest ending, but maybe not the good ending. You know? So the we just need to select the last option again, and then we get to make our decision. No! Kozlovka. Symbiotic Ergot. Okay, yeah. Let's see what happens if we delete it all. Because then what? The status quo, right? There's not really... Like, there's the consequence that people are going to continue getting sacrificed, but this is the status quo consequence. Which is arguably bad. We should push against the status quo. Are you there? Things are quiet. The fields are green again. The harvest looks like it'll be strong this year. My son hasn't said much, but he brushed it all off as a misunderstanding. Oh, wait, Vola? Okay. Guess some things... I thought she was killed, but I guess she was just, like, detained, maybe. My son hasn't said much, but he brushed it all off as a misunderstanding. Guess some things don't change, but I can't help but feel like there's still something wrong. I know you've not replied to my previous emails, but please give me a sign. Yeah, that's just the status quo. Just continuing as we do, the mundane evil, the... what is it? I wish my brain could just recall the thing, because I know the phrase I want to use, but it's just not popping into this noggin of mine. It has to do with, like, evil being quite mundane in most cases. What is that phrase? I wish there was, like, a way that I could... The banality of evil. That's it. It's like, evil often isn't the creepy, crawly, horrific thing that we expect it to be. It's quite banal in the way that it builds. It's just doing as you're told. Keeping with the status quo, but that builds to a greater evil. That builds to the atrocities. Okay. Continuing. Let's see what happens if you burn the tree. I just... That feels like the wrongest thing to me. That feels like how you immediately kill an entire continent in this world with how it's built, you know? I'm scared. I feel like this has to be the worst ending, but maybe it is secretly the best ending. Maybe the tree really is at the root of it all, but I feel like there's greater consequence, you know? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, I guess publishing the article also kind of is the status quo because we just get detained before we can do it, so... This is the most radical option. A letter. Thank you for doing what I spent my whole life wishing I could. But every time I tried, I thought of what dying would mean, and I faltered. I was too scared, but now I've lived a much longer life than I needed. If Kozlovka survives, I pray it remembers you more kindly than it will remember me. Lilia. Oh. That does seem like the good ending. That the tree really is... Maybe not the tree itself, but the things that people did for the tree. It is the root, but it's not the tree's fault. It's the people's fault, right? Is it? I don't know. Well, I loved that. That was great. Yeah. Incredible. Loved the vibes. Loved the art style. It was a nice semi-quick experience. It would be quicker if you're not me, probably. So anyway, that was Lost Wiki Kozlovka. Thank you so much for joining me today, especially if you made it to the end of this particularly long video, as most of them are. So I hope you have a really good rest of your day, evening, wherever you are, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!